No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.
Well, have you ever seen a final table lineup like this? I haven't. I don't think you have, Steve. So with bated breath and tongues agog, let's get over to the table. We'll be guiding you through. This is it, the main event. 6 players on all corners of this table, and one of them gonna walk away with the top prize of $125,000, but more importantly, the trophy and the title. And each player beginning with a staggered chip, and there's a new chip in play, that green $10,000 chip. Of course, the yellows still worth $1,000 each, the blues $2,000, and the reds $5,000. Another look at that starting chip count. It's Clayton and Colclough, Dave's joint leaders with 286 each. Barry Hearn and Andy Pyra, 182,000, 174,000 respectively. And the short stacks, Yanni Sointula with 140,000 and Ian Fraser trailing with 132,000. But that can all change quick. I think the interesting question for me right now is who will set the pace in this game?
Yes, and also how will the low stacks decide to go about their business? Obviously, the 2 low stacks have around the corner Dave Colclough and Dave Clayton to get past. Yanni Sointula, they're on seat 1, and in seat 6, Andy Pyra.
Yeah, I mean, Yanni is going to be a little boxed in. He may have to play very conservative for just that reason, with those 2 big stacks on his left. But this game starting out right now, and look at Dave Clayton. Is that a sign or what? Pocket total. Kings off the bat under the gun.
Marvellous timing to get them. Actually mistakenly put Andy Pyra as perhaps the most inexperienced on the low chip stack. Sorry, it's Ian Fraser to Dave Colclough's left to sandwich the 2 big stacks.
Well, the bet is 14,000. It'll be 10,000 now on Colclough, who has the same stack as Dave Clayton, and 10,000 to call. Does he want to peek at a flop? It would not be advised.
Does he feel that it's too much chance that
yes, 14,000
Clayton's just trying it on, and it's worthwhile calling to see how it goes?
Now, 3 of these players have played against each other, and so have the other 3, but Clayton and Colclough have never met. So this will be the first hand they're playing together, and Clayton with a big advantage. Ooh. And this is bad for Colclough.
Yeah, usually the big stacks don't like to get involved with each other.
20,000.
Now Colclough's put himself in a bit of a spot, really.
Well, we saw in one of the semifinals a big pocket pair going up against top pair on the flop, and it went horribly wrong. Do you think Colclough could do everything in this pot?
Well, Colclough's an experienced player. He's hit his pair. He can't ask for much more than that. He'd like to hit 2 pair, though. 3 clubs might slow everybody down.
Red checked.
Yeah. It slowed Clayton down. He shouldn't have done, but... Oh, there's 4 clubs. Can you believe Colclough has made the flush? Does he know he's in front, though?
It's a monster draw out here. The flush wins right now. 2 pair, and check. Dave Clayton checks, shows the kings, but the flush is good. And how's that for Second City?
Well, they really slowed up 2 experienced players deciding to put the brakes fully on there.
Dave Colclough didn't realize he had a flush, but we can see it here. When the flop came down, kings were leading the pair of jacks, but 4 clubs on board by the river, and Dave Colclough slides that 10 of clubs in to take the pot. Don't forget that you can find out all you need to know on how to play the game, catch up with all the latest poker news, and check out our competitions on our website, www.5.tv/poker. You can download exclusive video tutorials with myself and Steve Davis to get yourself all clued up on Hold'em.
This could be Hearn's first chance to get in, but he's not going to be allowed it. Fraser raises
12,000 total.
And puts them in the mucker.
Base on the button and wow.
This is lovely for Pyra.
It is,
because it looks like he's getting busy, doesn't it?
And Ian may just have the hump.
Yes, and he's got cards to get the hump with.
More.
And he would be an underdog should he go with this.
It's almost a cold deck here for Ian Fraser. What else can he think but that Andy's an added merchant?
Yep. And also, so far, Ian Fraser hasn't talked to Andy Pyra, so I would say he's considering calling. He's not lightened the tone as yet.
Fraser is one man who does not like to be pushed around. If there's a line to be drawn in the sand, he'll draw it.
He's not got that many chips to mess about with. That could be the deciding factor.
Look how cool Andy is. Glasses off and rubbing his eyes. But he's interested.
Trying to get a read on him, trying to pick up whether he looks relaxed.
Won't have free hands on the spin handy like that, surely.
And that means he's going to throw them away.
Don't mind showing you.
Huh?
Don't mind showing you.
You don't mind showing them?
Don't get too busy.
I think he might have just...
Oh, he's
all in! He will show him! And Ian Fraser's having none of this, but he is going to find some of that. There's no way Pyra's laying this down.
No way.
Potentially.
Can't be. If Andy Pyra wants to win this, he's got to gamble to some degree, and what a fantastic gamble it is. He's the favourite. You can't get better than that. There's only 3 cards that Fraser can really hit. 3 aces. He's having a little count up, but it was automatic.
Circumstances dictated it, and we have an all-in right away. 2 queens for Andy Pyra, and it's Ian Fraser all in and needing that ace.
Well, perhaps a little bit of impatience from Fraser, but he's got the reward, and it's a cruel blow for Pyra.
That ace is just what the doctor ordered, and Pyra needs a pill. 2 cards to come, and only 2 queens in the deck, or Ian Fraser will have stuck his head in it and come up smiling. He's done it. Double through for Ian Fraser, and Pyra is wounded. Cruel game, this poker, Steve.
It certainly is.
I'm ecstatic. It's my first final. Christ, it's my first final anywhere. Slightly nervous. I'm probably going to need a few toilet breaks. I'm afraid. I'm absolutely scared witless of coming up against these 5 players. I'm half tempted not to turn up.
Just how many levels there are of judgment. You can outthink yourself as well in trying to work out what another person's up to.
You can.
And so often that is the case. And shows 6-4 of hearts. Wouldn't be his best cards. And he's just called from first position. Doesn't want to see anybody with anything large in their hands. They're not massive, but he's been priced in because there's been a caller. Clarkoff probably will be priced in as well with the Jack Queen and looking for another family pot, and that may not be the outcome.
I don't think so.
How much to raise?
Well, Clayton got burnt with his kings the first pot of this final, and I don't think he means to make it any too cheap.
And what he wants to do now is to make sure that he limits the field to some degree. He would be hoping that perhaps he gets 1 caller.
It's a raise of 16,000, which was the size of the pot, and Hearn tosses quickly. Yanni Sointula says, "Thanks, Barry. Look what you got me into."
So Sointula has 3s. If he knew Colclough was going to call as well, would he then call to get a bit more of a cheaper way in, or is he just not worth a bother with the 3s?
Well, Yanni's got more to worry about as far as stack size than Colclough, doesn't he? I mean, Yanni, 16,000 is over 10% of his stack right now. But,
Well, Colclough, once again,
you can see Dave Clayton saying, "Oh no, not this again. You cracked my kings. Now I've got aces." It's
well, he played them a bit slow last time. Do you think this is the time to now play them a little bit quicker? Oh, now it's, well, there's a king on board on the next card that possibly would do Colclough some favours. He's just looking at that king.
25,000.
a nice sized bet. It's pretty